What is it? This is Apex 3900 back with another broadcast. And I know I haven't been regular with my YouTube content. I'm just not inspired to make regular content. I just drop content sparingly when as the spirit moves me. But this particular subject, and we all know the stepdaddy wedding debacle when the brother uh, got with a female, got with a woman who already had, I want to say the daughter was 10 or 11, maybe even 12 when he got with the mother, and he's been with the mother for 10 years now. The daughter has graduated college and has gotten married. So I'm going to guess the daughter is about 22, 23 possibly, you know. And I'm gonna take a different approach. Well, it might not be that different, but it might be. So it's gonna be slightly different than what we've been hearing. You know, everybody's been on YouTube, especially Black YouTube, saying, "See, this is why you shouldn't be a stepdaddy." See. Now, shout out to Mr. Palmer because he said it best. He said, you know, that guy isn't a victim; he's a participant. And in my opinion, um, how can I put this? Not only is he a participant, but I think he's a perpetrator as well. And here's what I mean by that. First of all, he wants to make a big hullabaloo of him not being able to walk said stepdaughter down the aisle after, you know, he paid for college and is paying for the wedding. Well, first of all, that's not your daughter, okay? Now he wants to come with the guys. Well, the real dad wasn't in the child's life. The real dad wasn't doing anything. I've spoken about this in an old video on my previous channel called the Baby Mama Industrial Complex. It's 2023, fellas. If you are still believing these sob stories, these horror stories from these baby mamas, if you're just believing it without doing any research whatsoever, without doing your own investigation on the said character of the man, you don't even got this guy's side of the story. You're just believing one side. And when you're dealing with the baby mama industrial complex, their modus operandi is to villainize the real father. It's to villainize the real father. This is how it works, right? They'll get pregnant by a guy, right? The guy won't be the guy won't necessarily be a loser. The guy won't necessarily be a deadbeat, right? But regardless, once she gets pregnant by the biological father, she then has to sever that, right? She then has to break that family up and get a stepdad to come in, right? Because that divides the power base. Now the power bases are divided. Because if the woman has stayed with the father of the child, then the father, the biological father, will have just as much say so, if not more say so, as it pertains to the entire family, that being her and the child, as the mother would. Does that make sense? But if you're put in a situation where a stepfather comes in, the stepfather is already stepping into a marginalized role. Automatically, his power base is already marginalized from the gate. Because for one, what do these what do these baby mamas say all the time? My child comes first, right? My child comes first. The child doesn't necessarily come first. What the baby mama wants comes first. She's just going to use the child as a conduit to get what she wants. So say for instance, right? You come into you step into a stepdaddy role, right? Let's say both of you guys are making $50,000. But but she's got you. The baby mother has you edged out because under the table, unbeknownst to you, she's receiving child support and other financial benefits from the real father, right? Now let's say you get a job offer in another city and you're gonna go from making 50,000 to 80,000. Now let's say she's one of these type of women who doesn't want her man to make a lot more than she does. She is content with her man making in the range of 10,000 or ideally the same amount of money, so that way the power base, you know what I mean, she has veto power. Well, what she's going to do, even though she can move, she's going to say, no, I don't want to take the child away from his father. And that's going to prevent you from, now if you want to stay with her, then you're going to have to forego that particular job in that other city for that raise. You get what I'm saying? So I already put you. Now, the gentleman said that the father didn't, never pay child support. Or how does he know that? Does he know? No, he doesn't, because these baby mothers, they can have the family court documents sit to a PO box that you don't even know about, and she getting $5, $6, $7, $800 a month in child support, but sitting here telling you, oh, he doesn't pay child support, he doesn't pay child support, he doesn't pay child support, which by telling you, oh, he's a deadbeat, he's not doing shit, that's gonna in a subtle way suggest to you to pick up the slack. So now you're gonna be, how you say, compelled to fill in those gaps financially. Even though technically, if you looked at the books, if you got a good look at the books, you wouldn't have to do that, because you would know that the biological father is actually financially providing. You get what I'm saying? But she has to villainize. She has to villainize the biological father, right? So now the biological father's power base is compromised. The stepdad's power base is compromised. And hold on, this is why I call this gentleman a perpetrator, because he doesn't know if that man was in that child's life from birth until she met him. That biological father could have been co-parenting with the baby mother the whole time. And then when she met your goofy ass, she worked on pushing the biological father out the way, and then ushering the stepdaddy into place, and then telling the stepdaddy the whole time, oh, he doesn't come around, he doesn't do shit. The whole time she's orchestrating and pulling these whole strings. Now, as a father myself, I've done all the work from birth to now, right? That means I've changed the diapers. I taught my daughter how to read, taught her to walk, taught her how to brush her teeth, done all the stuff that, to teach a child basic stuff. See, he walked into a situation where, okay, yeah, you're a stepfather, right? But technically, what, the child's, let's say, 12 years old. Now you only got 6 years to go until the child is out the house, right? And by the time you get there, you don't have to change any diapers. You know what I mean? I changed my daughter's diapers when she was teething. You know what I mean? And if you know anything about a child who's teething, they get diarrhea, they get the squirts. And I'm changing diapers 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, making bottles, doing all that other stuff. But now here this guy comes. He wants to get the father experience without actually being the father. And then he wants to sit up here and act so incensed. So he wants to buy a child. Well, I paid for the college, I'm paying for the wedding. Brother, that's not your seed, man. If you want a seed, why don't you go make one? Or adopt one. You didn't adopt her. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. That's why I have no sympathy for that brother. You did all that, you know. Now, granted, I will give him. They shouldn't have wrote him out like they wrote him out. You know, I mean, he didn't get. Now he could have, sat down and talked to the real father, and possibly had something arranged where they both walk her down the aisle. As far as like the daddy-daughter dances, he could have talked it out and been like, can I get a couple dances? You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. But no, he wants to act incensed, and it seemed to me that that's what he was doing. He was weaponizing his finances, and that's not even your child, sir. You know, I mean, people want to talk about a child's connection to the mother, but you cannot uh, downplay a child's connection to his or her father. You can't, because in biology you get 23 alleles from your mother. You get 23 alleles from your father, and then through the process of crossing, it you know goes down back down to 23. So half of your DNA structure is your father, and there's something embedded in our DNA that we want to know, or we want to build a relationship with both parts of our DNA makeup, with both parents who make up our DNA makeup. And shame on that brother for trying to, trying to co-opt that man's family. You signed up for it, you know. He signed up for it. So, like I said, so quick overview. He himself wanted to sit up here and villainize the biological father when he doesn't actually know what's actually going on with the biological father. He just knows what she tell him. And lastly, brother, that's at the end of the day, that's not your seed, man. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Hold on, let me see who in the chat. Sugar bum. But yeah, fellas, if you're gonna be a stepdaddy, just stepdad's winning. I mean, if you say so, I wouldn't advise for you to be a stepdad, because like we said, it's a thankless job. It's a thankless job, and to be honest with you, being a father is a thankless job too. It really is. You know. Why are you always talking shit? Every time you step in my chat, you talking shit. Why? What is your problem, Sugar Bum? This is ridiculous. Don't you got something better to do? Being a parent is generally a thankless job. No, all the mother's gonna get all the praise. The father ain't gonna get the praise. Well, we already know this. This is common knowledge. If the child grows up to be a Rhodes Scholar, the mother's gonna get all the praise. Child grows up to be a loser, the father's gonna get the blame. That's just how it is. I'm not complaining. I mean, I accept that. I accept it. Like if my daughter grows up to be a Rhodes Scholar, even though I was the one who taught her to read, I was the one who taught her to count. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get any of the accolades for that. But if God forbid my daughter grows up to be a less than stellar, citizen, I'm gonna get blame. I'm gonna get the blame. And that's just a reality. So when you come in as a stepdad, You're not gonna get you're not gonna get the accolades. In some cases you will. In some cases you will. But more often than not, what we see is that you're really not. And really you're just a bridge. You're just a tool. You're just a tool. You're just a pawn in the baby mama industrial complex. You're just a cog in the baby mama machine. You know. So but yeah, like I said, that brother, he wasn't he's not a victim. He's a perpetrator. Try to steal that man's daughter. Get your own daughter, nigga. Make your own daughter and pay for her wedding. You know, if you want to pay for your stepdaughter's wedding, you know, you should just, you know what you signed up for. Now you want to sit on and cry on social media. I paid for her college and all this. Nigga, you didn't change none of her diapers. You didn't teach her how to walk. You ain't make nan bottle for her. You know what I mean? You ain't kiss nan boo boo when she fell off the bike. None of that. You know what I'm saying? He stepped into a sweet spot to where the child is already in adolescence. You know what I'm saying? So all he had to do was just show up to some cheerleading or some dance recitals or some, you know, basketball games or some volleyball, whatever, if she played any sports in high school or middle school, and clap. You know what I mean? And then they say, oh, is that your daughter? Yeah, that's my daughter. He didn't teach that girl how to walk. You know what I mean? He didn't console her back when she was in elementary, and you know, kids, she might have gotten into some situations with some kids, and then, you know, he coached her on how to handle that. Like I said earlier, Sugar Bum, I don't know if you heard. Yes, they should have, in a sense, sat down and consulted with the brother to see if he can get some partial play in the situation. You know, how about you and the biological father walk her down the aisle? Or you and the biological. What up, real one? Yeah, man. You and the biological father share dances with her. But no, he wanted to take the whole thing and then sit up here and try to villainize this man. And then try to villainize the biological father. I'm like, brother, you just stepped in the picture when the gal was 12 years old, 11 to 12 years. I'm just estimating. That's a rough estimate, because if she graduated college and then got married shortly after, I want to say possibly 11, 12, maybe 13 years old when he stepped into the picture. He don't know if the biological father was still in the picture from birth up until the time she met him. And then as soon as she met him, she started alienating the real father, the biological father, and then telling the stepdaddy, oh, that nigga ain't shit. He don't pay child support whole time. She getting child support payments from him, and all the family court papers is getting sent to a P.O. box that the step nigga don't even know about. And now here his goof ass come. He paying the majority of the bills, and you know, she make her little money and get her little child support or whatever, and she getting money hand over fist. You know? Because I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Shout out to my older brother. I got an older brother, right? From my father's first marriage. And my older brother's like 8, probably 7, 8 years older than me, right? And my father rolled out the red carpet for this Negro. They lived in a different city, right? But my father loved my older brother, loved him. And I remember my cousin, my father and I, we drove to his city for his high school graduation. His mother had poisoned my older brother's mind so much on my father that when my older brother was walking, you know, he seen us because he came through the auditorium and he seen us. But after the graduation, he like cut out and just disappeared. You know what I'm saying? And my father would get him for the summer. He would come and spend summers with us. He bought him his first car, did everything he could as a biological father. But his mother had remarried, so what she do? She tried to push my daddy out the way, marginalize him, villainize him. You get what I'm saying? So now my older brother feel a way about my daddy, about our father. You feel me? It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. And I suspect that that's the same thing that this baby mother did. She was probably in lockstep, you know, co-parenting just fine. Because if the real father was such a POS, as the stepdaddy wants to allege, then why would the daughter have such an affinity for her biological father if he wasn't there? You know what I'm saying? That lets me know that, yeah, he was there. He was there. Now his role of being there might have gotten, you know, diminished when the stepdaddy came in, and that was by design. Allegedly, that was by design, and I have, you know, and I have reasons to believe that the mother was the architect of that. But yeah, fellas, just know what you're getting yourself into if you want to be a stepdaddy. You know, it's not a thankless job, and don't be like this Smendrick and try to steal a daughter. You know what I'm saying? You didn't change that gal diapers. You know, you didn't teach her how to walk. You didn't teach her how to read. You didn't teach her how to ride her bike, but you want to walk her down the aisle. You want to give her away in marriage. For what? Just because you paid for some college? And you say you want to pay for some, you want to buy a daughter. Hell no. I'm speaking up for the real biological fathers. Sapsucker, you shit. I'm gonna give my daughter away at the wedding. Is you crazy, nigga? You know what I'm saying? The real daughter, the biological father was probably there from birth until age of 12, and then here he come. He get the daughter from age 12 to 18, so he got a 6-year run, and he think he gonna just like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. That's not how that works. Matter of fact, let me see if I can play some of this, guys. Some of his stuff real quick. We're gonna pull it up. We're gonna do a play-by-play. We gonna do a play-by-play. That's what we gonna do. Hold up. Stepdaddy wedding. All right, fair use.
I'm the a-hole for refusing to pay for my stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. I'm the a-hole for refusing to pay for my stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle.
Well, no, you're not. You're not. Because had you made it clear from the jump that you wasn't gonna pay for it, or you wasn't gonna pay for the whole thing, I'll put 25 down, her mama can put the other 25 down, and the real daddy can put 50 down. And okay, then if you want to later on take your money back, then all right, cool. But you know, you want to throw you like I said, you want to buy your daughter, you want to buy the daughter experience without actually being the real father. Fair use, continuing.
So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me.
Well, that lets me know that she has had a relationship with this man, and later on you're gonna give a testimony that the real daddy is a deadbeat. Well, why does the daughter have such an affinity for this deadbeat then? It's not making sense.
Give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother.
Now, here's another thing that happened, because I'm gonna tie this in with my family, right? Because obviously my father got remarried, so he gets with my mother. Him and my mother have my younger brother and I. So now, obviously, my father's attention is gonna it's gonna be more focused on his new family that he started with my mom. He has 2 kids. He has 2 children by his new wife. So what I surmise here is that the stepmother, you know, with a biological father, he probably moved on, started another family, and then the stepmother was just like, telling the stepdad, telling the real dad, don't worry about it, my boyfriend will handle it. Something to that effect. Fair use, continuing.
She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her mother been talking about doing. Being occupied with, been consumed most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because
No, her mother gonna get that money. Her mother gonna get that child support money. See, that's where you're wrong. She told you, oh, I ain't put them on child bullshit. Like I said, there's a P.O. box somewhere that you don't know about that she's getting those family court documents from. And she probably was still getting child support from them even while she was going through college, because you went ahead and paid for the college. So she probably was just, told the courts, and the courts was like, all right, whatever. Courts don't care. They get a percentage of that child support anyway. So it was like, shit, we making money hand over fist, so it don't matter to us. Yeah, keep taxing that nigga. So he's speaking on shit he don't know about. And furthermore, they're not even married, right? Him and this woman is not even married. So he's not, he doesn't have any grounds to, go through her finances to see what she making, see what money's coming in and coming out. He's shacking up with this woman trying to buy a daddy-daughter experience. You sucker ass. Fair use.
She didn't fight for that. And I guess that's just what the settlement tribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, she didn't fight for that. And I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only...
Wait a minute. She didn't fight for it? I guess that's what the settlement was? So they were married. That's what I'm assuming. So she was married to this man and then divorced him. Now she told the new boyfriend, oh, I didn't fight for it. It's too easy for a woman to put a man on child support. What do you mean you didn't fight for that? That's not even a fight. That's not much of a fight. A woman, especially an ex-wife, doesn't have to put up a fight to get child support out of her ex-husband. That's preposterous. So he wanted to come in and throw this money around and play Captain Save 'em all day.
To make promises, I do that for you, I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August.
Now, hold on now. He sit up here and said, "Oh, the real dad will make promises, make promises, make promises, this and that, and then don't come through on the promises, and then the daughter's heartbroken." Let me explain something to you, because I've lived this, right? I've lived this. This is how single mothers villainize the biological father. They say, "Oh, your daddy's coming to it's your daddy's weekend to get you, right? But I gotta work on Friday, so I'm gonna send you over to your auntie Janice's house, or your auntie Jenny's house, and your daddy gonna pick you up from there." Now the real daddy don't know that. Don't know that she gonna be over there. She moving the kid around, hiding the kid, and then when the real dad come to, the baby mama's house to pick his daughter up, his daughter's not there. And then the daughter's at Auntie Jenny's house waiting on her daddy to come pick her up, and the daddy don't show. Now he done told his daughter all week, "Yeah, baby, I'm coming to get you this weekend. We gonna do this, we gonna do that." Woo, 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 woo. And then the mama at the last minute do a play action fake, playing mind games with her own daughter. And the whole time, the man came. He had a whole weekend planned. He's gonna take you to the theme park. He's gonna take you to get ice cream, all the other stuff. Can't do it because the mama wanna play games. That's the real shit they don't talk about. But he wanna sit up here, "Oh, he made promises and didn't come through," and then you not telling the whole, because it's two sides to it. You sitting up here acting like the baby mama was just all innocent. You know what I mean? Like she ain't play no games with that man child. Come on, man. Stop it. Fair use continuing.
And then take off. And then she be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they can have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come.
Now, see, that's where you messed up, sir. You didn't, not once did you say that you consulted the biological father. You just out front want to step out in front. "I'll pay for this. I'll pay for that. I'll pay for this." You didn't consult that man. And shit, the biological father was probably like, "Well, shit, nigga, if you got it, go ahead with your bad self." You know what I'm saying? See, he trying to weaponize his shit. See, he trying to weaponize his income. He trying to weaponize his money to steal a family. He want the daddy daughter experience. He want to buy the daddy daughter experience. That's what this joker doing. Fair use.
Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right?" He said, "I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite." I'm like, "Nah, I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite." He said, "I got something, but it was an announcement." So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement.
Why is he so emotionally invested in this child that's not even his? He's sitting up here inviting, friends and family from his side of the family, as if that's his daughter. Brother, that ain't your child, man. That ain't your child. You knew what you was getting into when you got there. But you want to be Captain Save 'em all day. I don't know why you emotionally invested in it like that, to be honest with you.
So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, "Did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about?" Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she gonna say, if any other people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right?
I mean, the mother's biological family comes first. The biological father's family comes first. And then if we can get some your people who's not even related by marriage, by the way, because you didn't marry this woman. You know what I mean? You just been shacking up with her for 10 years. So what are you saying? You're not married, you just been shacking up with her. So yeah. But he's trying to steal, and this is my big gripe. He's sitting up here trying to steal this man's daughter. Nigga, that's not your daughter. Now what I deduce from his earlier comment is that the mother was married to the biological father, so that means they were together. I don't know how long they were married. Could have been, shit. Seeing as he been around for 10 years, the daughter's what? 22, 23 now. I'm gonna say they conceived the daughter in wedlock. So the biological father and the biological mother probably been married for 10, 11, 12 years. So he was there. So anyway, fair use.
So now, the crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the event.
I pay for. I mean, pay the cost to be the boss, but brother, make sure if you want to pay the cost, make sure it's your own child, your biological child, brother.
You at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy, and I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, in my house?
Which is an indication that she did in fact have a relationship with her real father. Now you sat up here and tried to slander this man and tried to make, in a roundabout way, try to make the real father out to be a deadbeat. But it's obvious he wasn't a deadbeat. He wasn't. You just want to slander this dude. See, this is sick. That's why I call him a perpetrator. He's not just a participant. Now, shout out to Mr. Palmer, because Mr. Palmer said he's not a victim, he's a participant. I took it a step further. He's not just a participant, he's a perpetrator. Because you sit up here, want to throw dirt on the bio dad's name, and then steal his daughter. And then use his money and throw his money around and try to use his money. He didn't consult. Not once did he say he consulted the biological father on how to pay for this wedding. He just got out front and threw his money around, and then when he didn't get what he want, now he want to throw a temper tantrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a psychologist. Hell, I don't even play one on TV. But this is sounding kind of narcissistic to me. This is sounding kind of narcissistic, bruh. This is some Mr. Ripley's type of shit. You wanna be like this man so bad. You wanna you wanna take his ex-wife and take his daughter. Come on, bruh. Fair use. Continuing.
Her daddy don't do nothing for you. It's giving you away.
Hold up.
Her daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you. It's giving you away. And they were just so happy and smiling. Yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably want to do both, honestly. So,
this dude is acting. He's acting. Anger is the easiest emotion that you can fake, and I think this dude is faking. He's acting. This is fake outrage.
I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, you know, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have...
Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Now, I said earlier before we played the tape, I said the modus operandi for a baby mother is to destabilize the power base of the bio father and the stepdaddy. I said that from the beginning. I said that in the beginning because the stepdaddy, the bio father, his power base is going to be marginalized just by the simple fact that he's not in the house and it's another man in the house. The stepdaddy's power base is going to be divided because technically that's not your daughter. It's the best, and the baby mama just getting paid hand over fist. She getting paid hand over fist. She making out like a fat rat. Fair use.
Saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah.
You volunteered for that, sir. You volunteered. You volunteered. Not once did he say that he sat down and talked about paying for all this shit with the biological father. Hell, he didn't even say he sat down and talked with the biological mother on how to pay for this. He said, no, I'll pay for it. Yeah, I'll pay for it. Matter of fact, have it at my house. He trying to co-opt this man's family, bruh. Trying to steal this man's daughter. Trying to steal his shine. This man probably only got one daughter. And he trying to, and this joker trying to give another man's daughter away at the wedding. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Fair use.
So, since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be relinquishing, giving my financial duties to the new host.
Well, nigga, you saying since you've been replaced as host, nigga, you replaced him as the daddy, or tried to. You tried to replace this man, and you ended up getting replaced. Your damn self. You played yourself, sir. He done sat up here and threw all this money around, trying to ingratiate himself to this woman and levy some power over this woman to try to co-opt this man's daughter. And the daughter, and shout out to the daughter for staying true to the biological fathers. Biological daddies matter. Biological daddies matter. Shit. I pray my daughter stay 10 toes down for me when that day come. Hell no. I want my real daddy gonna give me away at the wedding. Shout out to her for that. Fair use.
And I would back out monetarily. Yeah. Yep.
So he don't get his way, now he wanna throw a fit. And really, this is just a pseudo way, a roundabout way of him trying to emasculate the biological father. This is sick, man. He wants to use another man's child to emasculate another man. And then if he don't get his way, he gonna throw a fit. There's like I said, I'm not a psychologist, but this is kind of sounding narcissistic if you really think about it. Fair use.
Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling. But they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much. How I'm ruining so much for backing out. And how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding. And how her daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day.
Like I said, nigga, that ain't even your stepdaughter, bruh. You just playing house with a mama, bruh. You ain't even married her. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about, man?
My girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad, not me. I looked at.
Nigga, why she... Now, this is where I said, okay, 3 songs, 3 dances. Okay, y'all can get... Real daddy get 2, you get 1. Or the real dad, or the bio dad get 2, you get 2. Oh hell, y'all both get 1, and then y'all can do like a try dance or whatever the case is, or however you want to do that. If you want to do that for the 3rd one, all right, whatever. But like I said, this nigga sounded kind of narcissistic, bruh.
The food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this. His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house. Wow. Okay.
But you volunteered for it to be your house, though. So he wanted to jump out there, put his fingerprints all on it, and if he don't get everything his way, now he want to be a disgruntled giver. The Bible says be a joyful giver, Negro.
Wow, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah. And they would no longer be at my house either. And you would no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. It's crazy, man. Yeah.
Well, let me check this chat real quick. What up, Deacon Dave? I'm crazy. Yeah, I wasn't reading the chat. I'm going through the chat right now. Baby daddy's bitter. No, nigga, bio dads matter, nigga. I'm here to represent for the bio dads. Yeah, that brother was hurt, Deacon. He was hurt. No, he wasn't hurt. That was fake outrage. Don't let him fool you. That was fake outrage. Shit. Fake outrage. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Yo, listen, like I said, that gentleman is not a sympathetic figure. Because what I deduce from the whole situation, and I'm just an outsider, I think he had a little bit more nefarious means and whatnot. But anyway, been seeing this floating around on YouTube for about a week or so. So I want to throw my 2 cents in, just fire up something and just take a crack at it. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.